Pandemic has led to some trends changing, such as digital learning, work from home, and use of dietary supplements in regular basis. Yes, dietary supplements. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Mamta Rawat, and today I'm going to talk about a very common and popular topic these days, that is dietary supplements. Dietary supplement are your multivitamin, protein powder, omega-3, etc. Although we do not have concrete evidence regarding the dietary factors that can actually reduce the risk of COVID-19, but we do know that maintaining a healthy lifestyle and having a well-balanced diet helps in keeping our immune system strong. The consumption or the usage of these supplements have increased manyfold, maybe because of the current situation we are in, or these supplements are available over the counter. As the intake of some nutrients has increased, the effective knowledge about these dietary supplements should be developed. There are many people, and some of them I know, take handful of pills every day. But is this really needed, or we're just overdoing it? What supplements are really? The whole idea behind dietary supplement is to deliver nutrients that may not be consumed in sufficient quantities. Supplements are not substitute for a healthy balanced diet. Balanced diet is where you are having vegetables, fruits, grain products, dairy products, meat or alternatives, which contain carbohydrate, protein, fat-soluble vitamins, etc. Supplements are good if you are actually deficient in vitamins, minerals, or other things. So get these levels checked before taking anything. So consult your doctor, dietitian, or nutritionist. I know there are a lot of information out there claiming the power of these supplements, and there are a lot of contradictory opinion about them. So it can be really confusing. It's good to have supplements, but those are basically to fill the gaps. Again, I'm saying, these cannot replace a healthy, balanced diet. Vitamins are naturally occurring substances which we obtain from our daily diet. That is the best way to consume them. Vitamins are classified as either water soluble or fat soluble. Water soluble vitamins are your B complex and vitamin C, whereas fat soluble are vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and K. Water soluble vitamins dissolve easily in water and they flushed out of the body. Because they are not stored, more consistent intake is important, whereas fat-soluble vitamins are absorbed through intestine and with the help of fat in your diet. Because they are stored in the body for a long period, if taken in excess can cause toxicity, although excess intake of water-soluble vitamin are less likely to do so. Vitamin have diverse biochemical functions, like vitamin A helps in tissue growth. Vitamin D provide hormones-like functions, regulating mineral metabolism for bones and other organs. B complex vitamins are functions as coenzyme. Vitamin C and E function as antioxidants. Both deficiency and excess intake of vitamins can potentially cause significant illness. If you think your diet is not optimum, or people who are dependent on processed food should start with supplements, because in food processing you lose a lot of nutrients. So let's move on to the list of commonly used multi-complex. Vitamin B are what class of water-soluble vitamins. That means they are readily excreted by kidney. So these vitamins play important role in cell metabolism and synthesis of RBCs. There are specific numbers or name for each vitamin, such as vitamin B1 for thiamine, vitamin B2 for riboflavin, likewise. B vitamins are found abundant in meat, egg, dairy product, legumes like your pulses or beans, etc. So, among B complex, vitamin B12 deficiency is common in India. Vitamin B12 is not abundantly available from plant sources. So vegetarian should consider B12 supplements. And in pregnant women, folic acid, that is your vitamin B9, plays an important role in reducing baby risk of serious neural tube defect. Another commonly used vitamin is your vitamin C. Vitamin C is the one of the safest and effective nutrients, though it may not be the cure for the common cold. The benefit of vitamin C may include protection against immune system deficiencies. It's an antioxidant, helps absorb body iron, and enhance wound healing, and many more. But now what is happening is that everyone is trying to take vitamin C to improve their immunity. High doses of vitamin C are sold out every single day. People spending a lot of money buying vitamin C. If you're not ill, better than taking one big shot of vitamin C, it's better to take in small portion with a natural source of vitamin C, like your citrus fruit. Our best source is the amla. You can take it every day. No need to buy these expensive high doses of vitamin C. So go for natural sources. Vitamin D. As we all know, richest source of vitamin D is exposure to sunlight. There are many forms of vitamin D available in the market, like powder, capsule, tablets, but they can't replace the natural intake of vitamin D, right? To know which form of vitamin D is appropriate for you, you need to consult doctor. Minerals are inorganic. They are present in soil and water. So they get their way into our body through the food we consume, like the plant, animal, or fish we consume, right? Let's talk about the minerals commonly used. Iron. Iron deficiency anemia continues to be a major public health problem in India. The problem of controlling iron deficiency in India are many, like inadequate intake of iron or defective iron absorption, increase iron requirement due to repeated pregnancy or lactation, etc. So self-management involves adding more iron and vitamin C to your diet. So daily iron supplementation during pregnancy reduces risk of maternal Then comes your calcium supplement. Calcium deficiency is very common these days. There are many reasons to it. One, there can be a deficiency of vitamin D, or some do not consume calcium-rich diet, like your dairy products, your paneer, nuts, oil seeds. And calcium is important for optimal bone health throughout your life, although diet is the best way to get the calcium. Calcium supplement may be an option if your diet falls short. It is generally require about 1000 milligram calcium a day. If you're taking supplements of calcium, do not take 1000 milligram in a single dose. Take 500 at a time and then twice a day. Calcium interact with many medicines. In fact, people on iron supplement should not take calcium at same time. Mostly it is required in postmenopausal women, in pregnant women, in lactating women. Always get your calcium levels checked if you are using it for long period, because calcium supplement appear to increase the risk of kidney stone. So other common use mineral is zinc. It plays many vital role in our body, like enzymatic reaction, immune function. It actually keep our immune system strong, and DNA synthesis and gene expression. The zinc is dominant in a non-vegetarian diet. If you are vegetarian, then it is likely that you are not getting enough zinc. Then protein. Protein, the most important supplement. Your body breaks down all protein you consume into amino acid. Protein as the building block of the body, used in most of the vital function of the body, like metabolism, digestion, brain function, and the immunity depends on the kind of protein intake. If your protein intake is not good, the immunity booster, if you're taking, will not give optimal benefit. If your diet is good, you do not need protein supplement, as excessive use of protein for a long period can affect your kidney. One should take protein according to their dietary requirement, right? After consulting dietitian or doctor. There are vegetable sources like sprouts, dairy product, nuts, etc. There are non-vegetarian sources like egg, meat, like this. And if you're a professional athlete, then you should optimize your protein intake accordingly. Fiber is a type of carbohydrate that helps keep our digestive system healthy. Consumption of fiber supplement may regularize bowel movement, lower blood cholesterol, alleviates irritable bowel syndrome, prevent constipation. But if you have any GI tract issues or gastrointestinal tract issues, you always have consult your doctor before taking fiber supplements. Omega 3. This one supplement I think everyone should take. They are the most essential fat that you get from your diet, having important benefit to your body and brain. In India, people are dominantly vegetarian, so they do not get enough omega 3. So it has got so many health benefits, like it significantly low your blood triglyceride or cholesterol, reduces the risk of cancer of prostate, breast cancer. It helps to get rid of excess fat from your liver, helpful in a fatty liver. And also it is believed it is very strong anti-inflammatory. The main sources we get it from are fish, seafood, fish oil, etc. Deciding which supplement to use is tough decision as market is flooded with lots of supplements. It's better you consult your doctor or nutritionist and get the level checked before you take them. Natural food or food we consume is nutritious and wholesome. It will give you all the necessary nutrition. Do take supplement if needed, but don't make a habit of it. Try to revert to your natural diet as soon as possible. Thank you for watching the video.